welcome to Jersey Nerds Productions. Mitchel Lee, Tommy Grant, Brandon 2. Now, tonight's episode is a fun one, an interesting one, a one for the record books, if you may say.
A drunken one.
Because, motherfucker, I was just going to get to that.
Well, guess what?
You just go around spoiling things for people.
The tables have turned. The drinks are out.
Keep the tables on the ground, damn it. Stop turning the damn tables. Keep them where they are.
Keep the tables upright in the temple, you idiot.
Yeah. We bolt the tables to the fucking ground. So I'm going to bolt you to the fucking ground. So, as Tommy liked to spoil for people, I have gotten a little bit of alcoholism in my system. Just because tonight, Sarah and I were tasting wines for our upcoming wedding so that we know what wine we might want served there. And we decided to make a big charcuterie board full of cured meats and cheeses and fruits and all sorts of fun stuff. But also, I am wine drunk off the Moscato that I don't remember the brand name. I have it saved on my phone. Am I going to look for it right now?
Do you not have the bottle in the house with you?
Do you want me to leave the room? I figured I would have some respect for you guys and not leave the room.
I think the people.
The bottle's not by my side.
I think
I have glass by my side.
No sponsorships.
I'm gatekeeping this.
No
shit.
brand deals. No brand deals.
How about this? How about this? If you want to know, come to my wedding.
I was invited. I plan to.
You're just open inviting everybody to listen to this podcast. I mean, we don't get that many listens, but you never know.
Yeah. Email me at brandont2@gmail.com.
Doxing me on the internet.
We will be providing plus ones.
Which is very clearly my email and no one else's.
Doxing me on the internet. Oh,
yeah. Oh my God. And we will get you hooked up in the right place for the wedding bash. So, Tommy had the idea of, hey, we were going to record the Stranger Things episode, but some people, Connor, looking at you, care about hockey more than life. So, hockey's cool, if you're a Canadian bitch. But here's the thing. We decided that we needed to talk about something. We needed to take advantage of this. I think Tommy's getting a little bit of drink in him as well, but I think he can hold his liquor a little bit more responsibly because he does it more frequently. #alcoholic. So we are going to do some talking of our own.
This is uncalled for.
You're literally the one that called for it. You're the one that said, I think we should do this.
No brand sponsorships. What are you drinking, Tommy? No sponsorships.
We have a little bit of Jim Beam vanilla tonight.
Yeah, that's literally a sponsor, you dumb motherfucker.
Classic winter drink. Jim Beam, please sponsor us.
Yeah. Well, please sponsor us. That's not. It's not an ad though.
Don't sponsor us. Jack Daniels, give me a call. Jim Beam, you're done. No.
I mean, that sounds blasphemous.
Sit back, Mr. Moscato.
So, So here's the thing. I don't even know what noise I just made. I sound like a pig getting roasted. So here's the thing. We're going to do a draft. We're going to talk about things. I have no idea where we want to begin. Tommy, since you're the more organized person, fuck that. I'm going to lead. So I saw this movie yesterday. We'll get to you, Tomas. Well, you have plenty to say. I know it. I saw this movie. Actually, I saw 2 movies yesterday. Ooh. But I saw Five Nights at Freddy's and Five Nights at Freddy's. Five Nights at Freddy's 2. And Brandon, I remember when we didn't watch the first one together. But we talked about it when it came out.
We talked about it,
and that shit was terrible. Yeah. But when it came out, everyone was like, hey, please think about the fans. They like this movie, so don't hate on it. You've got to say it's good because the fans like it. And my response was, fans can kiss my ass. Hell no, this movie's terrible. I don't give a fuck what the fans like. The fans don't know shit. Oh, I recognize that thing. Oh, that doesn't make a movie good. No, movie sucked. And so I saw the second one yesterday,
Like a fool.
and I got there, and I saw the first one because the first one was released in theaters. You could also see it on Peacock. It was released at home as well. And I just had a lot going on that weekend, so I'm like, I would love to just stay at home and watch this. And that's what I did. So I went to the theaters to see this one. And I get to the theater, and there's a bunch of people dressed up. And so I'm like, oh, fuck, am I at a furry convention? This is not the vibe at all that I thought we were going to have here. And the theater smelled horrible. Like, it was the worst smelling theater I've been in a minute. Because you got a bunch of gamers in there that were like my age that really should know better. And the movie was even worse than the first one. I don't know how they did it.
The first one didn't even make my bottom 10, which shows you how bad my bottom 10 was.
Well, yeah, but that was the year that you were watching straight to smart fridge movies.
Yeah, but I just want to go ahead and give my grade for the first one. And you can just over-under me on the grade for this one. I gave the first one an F 58.9. You can just over-under.
Well, I'm not going to over-under, I'll tell you. Oh, over-under what I think that you'll be at?
No, what you were at in terms of that grade.
Well,
is
my
it below an F 58.9 or above an F?
Below. The first one was below. I gave the first one a 54.18, so we're very similar.
Yeah, very similar.
My
This
prediction
second
is
one-
this one is a 30.
Yeah, this one's like a 20, I think. Like, from what I've heard from Mitchell.
I went 24.19.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's awful.
Which at the current moment stands as my third worst movie of the year. Only topped
That's worse
by,
than
only
It's a
topped
Wonderful
by,
Knife for me.
Which makes me sad because I want to see Matthew Lillard make a comeback in cinema.
I have
Well,
Assassin.
he's going to be in Scream 7.
I know, but
mean,
they've already spoiled that whole reveal, so I'm like, that kind of defeats the purpose of it.
I have Assassin, the Bruce Willis movie. That was like his last movie ever made. I have that at 28.3. So I don't know how you think this movie is.
Yeah, the closest movies that
bad.
Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is the 2015 Fantastic Four and Imaginary.
Oh,
which came
okay.
out last year.
Imaginary was bad.
Can we just make the statement now? Stop making video game adaptations into movies.
Well, I was gonna say the only two movies that I have worse than that so far this year. Obviously, we've discussed War of the Worlds.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked
That's
about
not
that
a
at
movie.
length.
That's not a
But
movie.
the only other one that's beneath it is Minecraft.
Yeah.
I hated Minecraft. I know some people are like, "Come on, man, Minecraft wasn't that
Like,
bad."
I
Fuck
heard
you,
that
Minecraft is awful.
Honestly,
I heard they're
the only
attempting to
good
make
part
a
of
Zelda movie. I don't think that needs to be made. Like, I know they made the Sonic movies that have had some success.
I like those.
I will say the Sonic movies are good. Zelda actually has like a plot and a storyline that could work. So
Like-
does
and
Five
then-
Nights at
and then-
Freddy's.
Tomb Raider could
uh,
be good. I just don't think they've ever made a good
Right.
Tomb Raider movie.
There was also the Assassin's Creed movie that was not
Awful.
good. Not good at all.
Well, but again, Assassin's Creed has like a plot that could be.
It
like,
could be good, but
Yeah.
it's not the one
it
that
just-
they made.
Not the one.
The one they made is awful. The Warcraft movie that they made, they got a good cast, they got a good director. Terrible movie.
Mhm.
Did not work.
Yeah.
The closest thing we've gotten to a good video game movie, like, I keep hoping that one of the Mortal Kombat movies will do it, because whether it's the one from the 90s, not Annihilation, the original Mortal Kombat,
Mhm.
and then the one that they made in 2021, I've thought that both of those were okay.
Wasn't Mortal
They were
Kombat
fun
2?
enough times.
Isn't that coming out?
That's coming out in
That-
May. It was
that was a
supposed to come out in
fun-
October, but
That was a fun action
I've
movie,
hoped.
but I went in there with low expectations, so I was pretty entertained with the Mortal Kombat movie.
Yeah.
same here. Yeah.
Do you think the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise could actually work?
No, hell no. Fuck no.
No?
The hell,
Okay.
no. It gets because
The
I think
concept
that
for the game is not like a bad concept. You're,
No,
like,
but the
trapped
thing
in a-
is-
but they don't do
Yes.
that with the movies. That's the problem.
they do it. Okay, if you thought they didn't do that with the first movie,
Oh,
wait
is
until
it,
the
like,
second,
worse?
because the first movie, at the very least in the first movie, it's like, hey, you've got the job as security for this pizzeria, and it's like, okay, you're kind of like
Which
there's
is
something
the plot
there
in the video
Yes.
game. That is a plot.
There's something there, but then they keep having these like weird dream sequences with his brother, and it led nowhere, and it was
Yeah.
boring.
And then there's his
and
daughter.
all of
and
the-
then-
all of the direction was bad, and the acting was awful, and the dialogue boo. And this movie, it's all just much worse because
The
you have
trailer doesn't make me
characters.
feel any better about it.
You have characters that now it's like, oh, okay, so you've been through this before, so you all should know better, and you
they just
don't.
do anyway.
You keep making stupid decisions. The one person in this movie that I actually had a little bit of hope for, I really like McKenna Grace right now. I think she's always been a really solid actress. Complete waste of her in this movie. She's barely in it. Josh Hutcherson, I get that these movies make money and you're the leading man. He doesn't seem like he wants to be here. It just does not seem like his heart is in this. And the girl, Elizabeth Lale, I don't know if acting is something she needs to be doing professionally.
I feel like it's hard, like when you're in a flopped first movie and you're kind of, I don't know if he's in like a contract to make these movies or what, but like when you're in one movie that flops and they're like, hey, let's bring you back for a sequel. Like, I can't imagine any actors can be like, yeah, let me put my whole heart and soul into this movie. So he's probably just there for the paycheck and just like, let's get out of this thing. I can't imagine him wanting to be. Matthew Lillard seemed invested in it, but I don't know. It doesn't seem like a franchise that's going to really kick off.
I'm not going to see this on a Friday. I'm going to see this on like a Monday or Tuesday at like 1 p.m. and try to avoid as many people as possible. And hopefully it's an empty theater. No offense to the people making the film and trying to make money, but
now do you think
I want that to be my experience?
Now, given the fact that this is a whole game based on 5 nights, do you think it would have been better as a short series where it's 5 episodes and like each episode's a night at Freddy's? Could it have done better?
I mean, they have a ton of games and a ton of plots. Like, there's like 6 or 7 of these games.
Like, did they just not focus on like any sort of character development or plot, or was it just terrible all around?
Yeah, because that's a good question.
It's poorly written. It's not scary. These movies are treated almost as like baby's first horror movie. And they've basically said so as such. It's like almost like an entry point for teenagers to horror. And I gotta tell you, if you're a teenager and you like this shit, I hate you. You are the reason why. And 20 and 30-year-olds that like this shit, people that are like, oh, but it's not for critics, it's for the fans. Fans of dog shit, maybe. Like, this is... If you're a fan of this, fuck you. Like, this is not... Have an IQ. Grow up. Be a part of society.
Oh my
You're
God.
probably the same dumb motherfucker that's out here using ChatGPT to make grocery lists and shit. Like, actually have some fucking responsibilities in your life. Go out.
I was going to say there's nothing wrong with doing
Put on
it.
some fucking deodorant.
Is this the Moscato speaking, or is this Mitchell
it-
speaking?
No, the Moscato brought out the real me.
Put on some deodorant.
Put on some deodorant so I don't have to smell your ass in the damn movie theater.
It's obviously not in the ChatGPT
Wash your asshole
grocery list.
and let's watch some real movies, please. Come
Little
on.
does the audience know that Mitchell actually got up in the theater and gave this lecture to everyone in the theater on his way out.
Stop
man.
using ChatGPT for grocery list.
Let me tell you something. There was a guy 3 seats down from me, and I've been pleasantly surprised this year about going to movie theaters. I feel like COVID fucked people up. And when people really started coming back to the movie theaters, it was like how to act in fucking society just vanished. People were on their phones constantly, had no idea how to act. But this year, I've been really happy with how people have been acting in movie theaters. I haven't seen phones out much at all. It's been really nice. But then the Five Nights at Freddy's crew had to come out, and there was a dad. Or at least I think he was a dad. I hope those weren't his damn kids. But they probably were, which just, again, parents, stop failing. He had, those little tray tables that some movie theaters have? Tom, you might not know because you haven't been to a movie theater since like 1986. But the tray tables that some theaters have, he had his phone screen facing up on that tray table, which is no problem. Some people do that and they have their phones off.
Let me guess. He
This
had
man,
the brightness on full,
he
100% max.
he didn't have the brightness on full. He had it on about half, but he had the screen on the whole time.
Half and doing half
He
brightness
didn't
is nuts.
I was like, surely his phone's gonna go to sleep. It's like, all right, 2 minutes. He hasn't done anything with it. Nope. He just had it out, and sometimes he would use it, but most of the time it would just be sitting there. And I turned to him like 2 or 3 times, like, your phone will be waiting for you when you leave the theater. And eventually, he put it away. But it took like half of the movie. Between that and just the smell and the fact that there were people enjoying this movie, I usually try to be on the side of let people enjoy things. But I also don't want my IQ to be ruined. And here's the thing. You dumb motherfuckers vote and repopulate. So I can't let it slide.
So to kind of segue into what I kind of want to talk about tonight.
There's
Netflix,
there's a segue from that?
Yes.
No, it actually is a good segue.
So let me give my little rant real quick. So the people that just refuse to have movie theater etiquette, I think those will be the people that will be happy that Netflix will be kind of taking away from the cinema clientele by basically purchasing Warner Brothers. A lot of movies are going to be coming to streaming much faster. They've even, I don't know how true it is, but I know they've even dabbled in the rumors of same day release, both movie theaters and streamings for major movies. Now, that being
I don't know
said,
about major movies, but some, and also
medium down the list movies,
like something like Weapons. I don't know if that would have gotten a theatrical release or an exclusive release. I don't know.
That's crazy to me.
I'm all
which is insane.
I'm all for movies going straight to streaming. Like,
I'm not.
It helps people like me that aren't able to go to movie theaters see movies.
Fuck people like you. No,
I think shorter windows. I think shorter windows are fine. I think 1.5 to 2 weeks is fine.
I think it's a foolish move for them to say, "Hey, we're going to be really shortening the time frame that movies are going to be in the movie theaters," because I think that's taking away from what's going to be end up being the quality of some movies. Because you have movies that literally thrive and are expecting to get money back through cinema releases, but if you're going to be shortening that time frame, you're going to have a lot of movies that are going to be like, well, we're not going to waste our budget on these movies if we're not going to expect returns from cinematic releases.
Can't they be smart and like if a movie's doing well, like word of mouth, like Sinners? Can't you have Sinners stay in theaters for a month?
That's kind of where we're at right now. Where a lot of movies, it just kind of depends on how it's doing.
They re-release all these movies anyway. Like they re-release Sinners in IMAX,
sometimes,
like multiple times.
But like for example, a movie like
I saw that bitch 5 times, Mitchell.
I saw that lovely woman 3 times.
Sorry,
in theaters. Yeah, how dare you?
No, it's a great movie. It's a great movie. It's my favorite movie of the year so far. But my
I will keep that close to the chest.
My point is, I have no problem with the lower end movies, not even lower end, just the middle range movies being more like a 2-week window. But that's kind of what we're at already. Like if a movie doesn't perform, it's out of theaters by like the 3rd week. Or
yeah,
there's
something
like
Good Fortune
one showing, you know?
Something like Good Fortune was on VOD like 2-3 weeks.
Which,
after
by the
it
way,
came out.
Good Fortune.
I know you liked it, but it didn't do very well.
Oh no, it didn't do well. But
I think a happy medium would be, instead of like, the thing that always annoyed me is when the movies got taken out of theaters, you would still have to wait like at least a month or 2 before they even came out to streaming.
That's the issue.
Now, if you want to say, hey, after this 2-3 month period that they're in the theaters, the second they're out of theaters, it gets put onto streaming. Hey, all for it. But I don't think we should take away from the cinematic release because a lot of companies depend on that for money.
What Netflix doesn't understand is Rian Johnson's Knives Out. No, they don't understand. They don't understand a lot of things. But Knives Out, its success is built on the fact that it was in theaters for like 4.5 months. Like
that movie was in theaters when the theaters shut down for COVID, and that movie came out at Thanksgiving.
And
that was a movie that people
every
kept
single
coming to.
person that came to the movie theater and didn't know what to watch, Mitchell, when I was working at a movie theater at that time, I literally recommended Knives Out.
That
like,
was
if you
that was
haven't
a good
seen this
choice.
movie,
That was a
see this
reliable
movie.
one. That's a movie where it's like, no matter what you like, I'm pretty
It's
sure
like,
that you would
trust
enjoy
me,
this.
you'll like this movie.
But I've heard so
There
many
are people that
stories
do that. They show up to movie theaters and they don't know what they want to watch. And it's
that
like,
is
trust me,
yeah.
watch this.
I've heard a lot of stories about Wake Up Dead Man, which is the third Knives Out movie that comes out on Netflix. I want to say next week, but it was released in theaters the day before Thanksgiving, and it didn't come to AMC, it didn't come to Regal,
Yeah, it was like
but
Alamo and
it came to either smaller chains or independent theaters. So I've heard so many stories, and I definitely have one as well of people going to theaters that they didn't even know existed because they wanted to find somewhere in their area that played Wake Up Dead Man. And so Sarah and I were in Charlotte, and we found this theater that was just a local independent theater that was playing it, and we found out that they have like almost like what we do with the 31 Days of Horror, where they will have like, I think it was like $2 showings of like classic horror movies throughout the month of October.
yeah,
And they have posters for all of the movies that they've had throughout the years. Like, hey, in 2020 or 2022, we had these movies for our October horror. You know, this is what we had in 2023. And I just found that so cool. And I never would have seen that place. And I'd love to go back there next year in October and see something there. I never would have known about that place if it wasn't for having to seek it out because of this. Now, that's not saying a good thing about Netflix. I would have loved if Lionsgate didn't sell the Knives Out franchise to Netflix, because those two movies would have made a lot of money. And
I mean, they still make money, right? Because they're going to make money from Netflix, and people are going to watch them on Netflix. They're going to do well. But I just think it's very short-sighted to not understand that the popularity of Knives Out is the reason movie theaters are like, I think, like, having a movie stay around that long and do that well from basically just word of mouth and people being like, holy crap, this movie's awesome, is why movie theaters are always going to be a thing or should always be a thing. But there's people out there who just don't believe in movie theaters anymore, and they're like, I'd rather watch something at home, and I'd rather, if I have a sound bar, then I can create a similar experience. And in my opinion, you can't create that experience at home, but people try it. And
I mean, if you have the money to make your own personal home theater, hey, good for you. Like,
right, good for you.
I wish I could do that for myself.
But I will say this: I don't even mind the same day releases too. Like, if that's a thing, like, I wouldn't like despise it. I'd probably still go to the movie theater. But that's me as a person who goes to the movie theater every single week, right? That's me. Like, that's me individually.
I think what's going to save movie theaters like from shutting down will be the constant re-releasing on anniversaries for big movies. Like, I know I just saw today on the news they're releasing Star Wars: A New Hope for its anniversary, and also Mitchell. I'm sure
the
you
extended
saw
editions of Lord of the Rings. I saw that. Yeah,
in January.
I saw Return of the King at Alamo.
All three movies extended edition will be re-released in January
I think the only one that I'll do is Return of the King. I'm not doing Fellowship.
They are all worth it. But that being said,
Mitchell, my experience at Alamo with Return of the King Extended Edition was an incredible movie theater experience.
Brandon, I need you to hold my feet to the fire on this. At some point in 2026,
we should do it in January. We should go see Return of the King.
We need to go to an Alamo Draft House.
Fair enough.
I have never been to one.
It's right there.
There's one in Raleigh, and they have many cool things all the time. So
yeah, and Tommy, to your point,
yes,
I think the anniversary stuff is real, but I also don't mind when, like, the limited release of Wake Up Dead Man because there were people seeking it out. Like my showing of it was packed on a Wednesday at 2:30 p.m.
And honestly,
in the middle of in the early part of December 1st on a Wednesday 2:30 p.m.
Yep.
It was packed.
Like
Sorry, Monday. It was.
I know
packed.
Netflix is kind of slowly starting to take over. Like obviously, by acquiring Warner Brothers, they've acquired a large library of movies.
Yeah,
I think it would be smart on their end to make a deal with the movie theaters to say, "Hey, we're going to re-release this movie on this time frame for its anniversary," because I think it would be a very cool a concept to throw out there for like movies, like obviously for our generation, like any movies from the 80s, 70s, 60s that we've never were able to see on the big screen. I feel like that would be a cool thing to do, where you can
AMC.
experience these old movies on the big screen.
I don't think this was a coincidence. I mean, it probably was actually because I think it was already being released. But AMC did Robert Redford. They had All the President's Men and The Natural re-released in theaters, and I saw both of those movies on the same day back to back. And I had never seen All the President's Men, but I've heard such great things about Robert Redford as an actor that I was like, well, I kind of need to see this movie, especially since it's in theaters. And I think that is the upside of theaters is you can release stuff like that.
I've heard, I've had so many great, like Brandon, we had one. Not many people had great theatrical experiences in 2020.
The Studio Ghibli stuff is awesome too.
But in 2020, Brandon, I know that you remember this.
Yeah.
On the 4th of November in 2020, we saw V for Vendetta together. Or rather, the 5th of November.
5th.
We saw V for Vendetta, and V for Vendetta became one of my all-time favorite movies. It's right on the cusp of my Hall of Fame.
Okay.
And it's a movie that I remember seeing it at that particular point in time was also very interesting, but it's never a movie that I would have really sought out unless they were showing it. And I was like, yeah, well, you know what? Let's give that a try. I've had that with Princess Mononoke. You mentioned the Ghibli stuff.
Yeah, the Ghibli
and Ghibli
stuff.
also announced that they're going to be having some more IMAX releases, and that's how I saw Princess Mononoke, which was another movie that I gave an A+ to. I was just so swept away by that film, and there's so There Will Be Blood. They had a re-release of There Will Be Blood about a week before, or rather maybe a week after.
How did I miss that?
One battle after another, and I saw that, and that is a movie that is again right on the cusp of my Hall of Fame.
Side note. Did you see Tarantino's comments on it?
I was just thinking the same thing.
Yeah. Tarantino is one of those people that, buddy, I love your movies, but
I'm sorry, but you're too big of a snob.
Your opinion on movies is not even a snob.
Because it's just the opinion is wrong. Paul Dano is
like, yeah, I love the Lone Ranger, and it's like, you need to fuck off somewhere. No, the Lone Ranger is terrible. He said that was his second favorite movie of 2013. The Lone fucking Ranger. His opinion on movies is
crazy.
Dog shit. Dog shit.
I mean,
he makes great films.
It's his opinion, so he can have whatever opinion he wants, but they're crazy. Like, I've never heard anyone be like, Paul Dano is bad in that movie. Like in fact, I've heard the exact opposite. That he's like as good as Daniel Day-Lewis. Yeah, he's as good as Daniel Day-Lewis.
Let's not get crazy. Daniel Day-Lewis in that movie gives like a top 5 performance, I think, like, period. Like, he is that
I can't
good.
believe I missed that re-release. I'm pissed now. But
you need to watch that, Brandon. You will watch it, and you will be floored.
They need to re-release it. I need.
All right, so here's
the month. It was the month that Regal had like they just released a classic every day, and if you didn't get to the one showing a day, and There Will Be Blood and Inception were the only two that I was actually able to get over to. I wanted to see The Departed, but it was like on the Sunday of week 1 of the NFL. I'm not gonna at like 1 p.m. Like, no, I'm not gonna go fucking see The Departed right then.
I'd do it. The Departed is so good.
No.
So if you had to pick, what was your favorite of all time? What was your favorite movie experience at a movie theater? What was your favorite movie?
Experience?
Movie / experience, either or.
All right.
Return of the King Extended Edition that I saw earlier this year is very much up there.
I have a lot that I could put on here, so I'm not going to give you one.
So for me,
Unfortunately.
mine
Oh,
definitely was
okay,
Lord of the Rings,
yeah.
Return of the King. That was my first big, I would say, big cinematic movie that I've went to. Like up to that point, a lot of the movies I had seen at that age was probably Disney movies. I know I had seen the Pokemon movie when that came out because obviously that was very big for us at that time. But a
Yeah.
second one, my most memorable movie moment was Iron Man.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And the reason for
Original,
that
like the
was
first one.
yes.
Yeah.
So I in Boy Scouts, we had a whole camping trip on the beach down to Wildwood every summer. And one year it was raining, and it happened to be the year Iron Man was released. And there was a movie theater on the boardwalk at Wildwood, and we're like, "Fuck it, let's go see a movie." So we went to go see Iron Man, and bam, did that just open my eyes to the cinematic world of what was to come. And if I could go back to any movie experience to like just revisit that and just do it again, it would have to be that or Return of the King. Those were just two memorable moments for me in terms of going to the movies. 'Cause I've seen a lot of movies in the theaters.
Mitchell, I have a double
But-
feature in mind. If you have that,
I'm
as
gonna
well.
you go first because I've got a bunch.
You don't have to give
rattle
one answer.
off.
You're allowed to give more.
I'm gonna give you like 12. So
Okay.
Tommy, Brandon, you
I'll
go
go first just because it's one of my favorite double features that we've done. Parasite and Jojo Rabbit.
That is
Ooh, that is a combo.
double. It is a double feature that I don't think can be topped. If I'm gonna be honest,
Those are two very high A+ movies. If I
Mm-hmm.
rewatch both of those movies, very well might get into my Hall of Fame.
I'll tell you that Parasite's at 49.52, Jojo Rabbit 46.23 on the A+.
Those movies might get
that's
better
a
with
damn
I
good
age.
still
double
haven't seen
feature.
Parasite, but I love Jojo Rabbit. That was
Yeah.
such a fun movie.
No, it's such a
Parasite,
good- it's such a good
Parasite
combo.
will fuck you up, man. It is a movie that you are not prepared for, and no one can
I'm
prepare
saving
you
that
for
for
it.
next year, for next October.
So you
Not a
have like
horror movie.
12 of them, Mitchell. Well, like the
But
Northman
hey,
for me is
if
a
you
good
want to watch
example.
it, I will never. Yeah, if I pick the fucking Lighthouse, you can have goddamn Parasite. Like it's fine.
The Lighthouse. Good
So,
experience
okay.
too, by the way. IMAX experience, The Lighthouse.
Brandon, keep going.
The Northman's a good one. Top Gun Maverick probably will never be touched. When they hit
That's
fucking
what I
Mach
wish I had
10,
seen in theaters.
Tommy, you have to see it in Dolby. When they hit Mach 10 in Dolby, and the seat behind you is shaking because of the subwoofer, that's when you know
that was
that
our
is
good
peak
friend.
cinema.
I've
That is
That was
only
our
peak
good
seen
friend
cinema.
Josh Kornmeyer's first Dolby movie.
Yeah, peak cinema.
What a way
I
to
don't
broke
think,
it
I don't
into
think
it.
I've seen a single Dolby movie, but I've seen a few IMAX. I think the few that I've seen in IMAX, I saw Interstellar in IMAX, and that was phenomenal. Avengers: Age of Ultron and Avengers: Infinity War were both in IMAX, and those were incredible. I'm trying to think what else I've seen in IMAX. I think I saw Revenge of the Sith on a re-release in IMAX, and that was
I love IMAX.
that was something.
I love IMAX. I think IMAX is a really cool setup. I think it's awesome. Nothing will top Dolby.
Okay,
From like a sound image standpoint, Dolby is peak.
I do
in
not
my
agree
opinion.
with that.
I will
but
have to make a
respect
trip
it.
down to you guys, and we'll have to go to a Dolby movie together.
Yeah, we'll have to find a way to do
Hey,
that at some point.
let's make it happen. You got some more, Brandon? Before
Well,
I
Top Gun Maverick will Top Gun Maverick will never be touched. No, Top Gun Maverick will never be touched. So I'm turning the key, I'm unlocking the door. Go ahead and
okay.
kick it in.
All right, so I've got a few. The first one well, I'll go in order if I can, of like just chronologically. The first time that I was really I loved going to the movies and I loved watching movies, but when I saw Inception in theaters for the first time, I remember going to see that. That was the first time that I started engaging with movies differently after I saw Inception. That was a movie where I sat at the very back of the theater, and I remember it was like a mostly sold out crowd. And this was before like the days of like the reclining seats, and like you would just get a ticket and sit wherever you wanted in the theater. And I
Such wild
remember
times.
I remember about like 2/3 of the way through the movie, I got up out of my seat and sat more in the middle because I felt like I wanted to experience it with everyone else as opposed to like on top of everyone else, because I was like, I know everyone else is feeling this shit the way I'm feeling it right now, and I want to be a part of it. And I never had a theatrical experience like that before. And I saw that movie a few times in theaters, and it always stuck with me in a way that nothing else really could. I also remember going to see the Avengers, the first Avengers movie, when that came out. And that was the first time I'd ever heard an audience interact with the movie the way that, cheering and that kind of thing. I had never been to a movie where that sort of thing had happened before. And the first time I saw, it's happened with every Avengers movie that I've seen in a way that, other than maybe Spider-Man No Way Home, hasn't happened with other movies. But any of those movies, I almost feel like I have to judge it differently when it comes to like when it comes to streaming or something. It's like, all right, I feel like I can actually like analyze the movie and get a taste of how I really feel of it, because experiencing with the crowd, you can't help but just kind of fall in love with the experience, and it's great. Avengers Endgame was probably the single most fun movie going experience that I've ever had in my life. Funny enough, Sarah and I were actually celebrating our first anniversary on the day where we first started dating. We went to go see Avengers Infinity War because we both, and Brandon was working there at the time too. We all were working at a movie theater together. No one knew we were dating yet. And we were all seeing Avengers Infinity War at like midnight on Wednesday night.
I don't count that as a movie experience, but
no, that's different. But Endgame, when we got our tickets and people were going in with like the Infinity Gauntlet glove and the cheering, and that was like going to a sporting event and watching your favorite team win the championship.
Yeah.
That was an experience that cannot be replicated, no matter how. They're going to try. But I just don't think you can replicate what came so naturally with that, to the point where I remember Sarah and I immediately got tickets to see it again the next day, and I saw it every day that weekend because I saw it on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday because I wanted to have that crowd experience, because I knew that this was uncommon. This wasn't something that was going to be replicated or was going to happen a whole lot, and I wanted to experience that as much as I possibly could, and I'm very glad that I did, because I hold that experience very, very close to my heart. La La Land, man, I have never emotionally reacted with a movie the way that I did with La La Land. That one was also very interesting to me because I had just graduated college and I had moved all my stuff into my place in Winston-Salem, and then I went back to, my parents' place 3 hours away and spent Christmas with them. So I never really was like settled into being an adult yet. But then when I left my parents' place the day after Christmas, it was like, all right, time to go and face the adult world. But before that, I'm going to catch the 4:15 showing of La La Land. I have all of my stuff in the back of my car, still in my car in the parking lot. But I'm going to go check this out because I've really wanted to see this movie. And I have some friends, two of my best friends coming over later that night that are going to help me with some stuff. Nope, we're going to see La La Land again. It's showing at 10 o'clock. And that's the only time I've ever seen a movie twice in one day. I've never done that before.
Oh, I've done that.
I'll be honest, I've never even seen the movie twice in theaters. I've only just gone once.
Me and
Really?
Mitchell contemplated. Was it Top Gun Maverick that we contemplated going out and then coming back in? And seeing the next
one
showing?
the one that we
which one was it? Was it Dune? It was Dune.
It was Dune. It was Dune 2. That was the one that we did that
Yeah.
with. I knew it wasn't
We
Oppenheimer
literally
because I left
contemplated
Oppenheimer.
seeing it at 1
Barbenheimer.
Yeah.
Barbenheimer. I don't think it's as good of a double feature as Parasite and Jojo Rabbit because they don't quite hold Barbie up to those levels. But
But they're also very different.
But that
Different movies.
experience,
That
at the theater
experience.
was crazy.
Oh,
And like our
yeah.
Barbie experience wasn't that great, but
I
like
don't think
yeah.
there was
going
a
from
double
Barbie
feature
to
as well known
Oppenheimer,
as Barbenheimer. The fact that it
Yeah.
had such a well known as Barbenheimer,
seeing
like,
people dressed up as Oppenheimer was crazy, and then seeing people
nuts.
dressed up as Barbie was like,
Yeah.
or like Ken,
It was-
it was like
it was
hilarious.
insane. And Oppenheimer was. I remember, like, again, we've talked about Oppenheimer on the channel, or whatever the fuck we call this damn thing. The final like scene of Oppenheimer, watching that on opening night with a crowd, full body chills just thinking about it. It was, I mean, it was like 1:30 in the morning, 2 a.m. when that thing finally ended. But man, that was such a special experience. You mentioned Top Gun Maverick. That was a great one as well.
The Northman was a good one.
The Northman was a good one.
it's kind of that crowd mentality where it's like you're surrounded by all these other people that are just as excited as you are for such like for something like artistic. Like I remember,
I
it's
love
not
opening.
movie related, but like I remember like growing up, like going to the midnight release for the Harry Potter books. Like
Yeah,
that
that's
was
a similar
such
vibe.
a huge phenomenon.
Similar vibe.
And it did kind of carry over to the movies too, where like the movies
Yeah.
too, everybody was dressing up for those.
GameStop midnight
Everybody was
releases.
excited. Like it's such a different vibe when you go to see movies with that kind of crowd versus just it's just a Friday night. People are at the movies, nothing crazy. But
Like part
Sinners.
of me thinks, yeah, Sinners is another
I
one.
think Sinners was an extremely fun one where I could tell that everyone in that theater was just like was game for that one.
yes,
It was
Part of
so
me-
it was so much
that,
fun.
I think that was a sleeper movie too, because not many people really knew about it until it came out, and everybody was like,
Oh,
you have
Brandon
to
and I
go
were
see this
hyping it.
movie.
Oh
That was
my
Brandon's
God,
number
we
one most
saw-
anticipated movie of the year.
People that
I
are not
saw-
like, very tuned into the cinematic world.
I saw
that were
that
just like-
Kugler was involved. Michael B.
That's all you need
Jordan
to
was in
know.
this shit.
Dude,
At the time,
speaking of
Majors
Coogler-
was connected. I was like, holy shit, this might be the
Coogler
greatest
just got
movie
tapped
ever.
to direct Black Panther 2, and that movie's gonna be
Or-
fucking insane.
You mean the third
Black
one?
Panther 3?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
third one. Yeah. No, that movie's gonna be awesome. I mean, he's on a run right now. Honestly, Weapons very similar vibes to me.
Really?
This year.
See,
yeah. Weapons.
See,
was
when I
good.
went to see
Weapons was good.
Weapons, it was a mostly empty theater, so
Yeah, when I saw it, it was packed. Again, it must
Okay.
be in like an Alamo
I'm
thing or
jealous.
something. Alamo will pack out sometimes. It's kind of crazy.
yeah, I saw it at like
I,
5 p.m. on Thursday. So
Dude,
But that was another movie where the trailer didn't do it justice, which I'm glad. Like,
Oh yeah, I'm glad the
I hate
trailer
now
hit
that
it a
trailers
little
give
bit.
so much of the movie away,
Oh.
and Marvel is super guilty of this.
Speaking of a trailer that does that, I'm calling you out. Ambulance
we're gonna talk about
gives away the
Marvel
whole
movie,
effing movie in the trailer.
Brandon.
The entire effing movie.
Brandon and Tommy. Have either of you? Because I know that we're doing it in the next few days. Have either of you watched Terminator Salvation or Terminator Genesis yet?
No, I haven't.
Genesis, I have. Salvation, I have not. I'm actually gonna
Do
watch
I-
it
do
tomorrow.
I-
Do
want
not
to.
do not watch the trailers for. Actually, you know what? Watch the movies, and when you're done watching the movies, watch the trailer, and you'll be like, "Holy fuck!
If there's an extended
You just
Totally
spoiled the biggest stuff."
Okay.
But like that's
There's
the
a
thing.
big
like,
twist for both of those movies, and both of them are spoiled in
we
the
need
trailers.
to go back to the times where trailers are just to say, "Hey, get hyped
No.
for this."
Part
Because
of me,
Marvel gives away all the fucking details of every goddamn movie.
part of me wants it to be like,
Not in game.
Well,
yeah, in game wasn't.
But,
Part,
like,
of,
Yeah,
me,
they're,
part of me,
they're like, we don't need to show shit. You're gonna go see this.
part of me wants it to be like 28 years later, where the trailer is absolute gas. But then that turns out that that movie isn't what the trailer is. But I'm fine with trailers being gas.
Also,
like
can we go
Sinners
back to the
trailer-
time where we have that dude with the deep voice just narrating
In a world.
the trailer? Like, we need to go
Have
back to
you-
that. That is what we need.
Have you ever seen the trailer for Sinners? I mean, that trailer is actual like. gas.
It is heat.
That and
It is-
stop
it is
giving
heat.
stop giving sneak peek clips of the movies. Like, Marvel
Oh
gave.
no, that was the best part. That was when
No.
I saw the sneak peek of Doom 2 when he was riding the worm. When I saw a sneak peek
But
of
that's the
that,
thing. It's
that
like
was the greatest
why
thing ever.
why
I
why
showed up to the
tease it?
theater just for that. I was like,
Why
I
tease
live
it?
for this.
I would rather go in cold and just like
It's the same thing
surprise
with the
me.
Odyssey. Didn't they do that with the Odyssey earlier
They're
this year?
well, they're doing they're
I'm not
doing
watching.
they're doing
I'm
like a
not watching a
7-minute.
single thing from the
They're
Odyssey.
doing a 7-minute like prelude or prologue or
No.
something before Avatar. So when we
No.
go see Avatar,
Mitchell,
we're gonna see that, and
I-
also we're gonna see a trailer for Doomsday.
Mitchell,
Oh.
Avatar
fuck
is
you.
great. Avatar is great. Might be one of my favorite movies of the year. I'm solely showing up to that theater to see 7 minutes of Odyssey.
But like I
Fair.
hate that. I
Fair.
hate that though. Like I want to go into a movie knowing I like watching
Also-
the trailer, but like,
Nolan
I wanna
won't
go
show
in,
you much.
I want to be surprised.
Nolan will not spoil the movie ahead of the movie.
I know.
I'm calling the shot right now. Avatar Fire and Ash. I know it's really late when we're going, Mitchell. There is a chance we walk back out of that theater and walk back in.
I would love it because
There's a chance
Brandon,
we see
you
that
know,
movie back to back. I have nothing to do. I am on PTO for the rest of the year, so I am. Let's go to the theater 7 times a day. I don't give a fuck.
You know where I stand on Avatar: Fire and Ash. That's my holiday. My number one most anticipated movie of the year is a holiday for me. Basically, I love that day. I'm taking a half day on that day. However, next year, the next 2 years are interesting because I have basically ties for the next 2 years. I don't know which one to pick because next year it's like, do you pick Odyssey or do you pick Dune 3? I'm leaning Dune 3, but I almost feel like Christopher Nolan would be disappointed in me for saying
it. Actually sucks that both of those movies. It really, it kind of blows
the Oscars, man. They're gonna give it to Dune. They're gonna give it to Dune because Dune 2 should have had everything.
All right, well, let me.
And Nolan had just won.
Is Dune 3 supposed to be the final piece?
Yes, for Villeneuve, yeah.
Which means it's the only one we need to care about. Yes, and Chalamet.
The third movie for a lot of trilogies never always hold up. I think Return of the King is one of the exceptions.
Return of the King.
No, Denis
got it.
Yeah, Denis gonna.
I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all.
Do you think we could have another Return of the King Oscar sweep on our hands with this one?
Yeah.
Yes.
But that's why I don't.
We should have had it with Dune 2.
That's why I don't want them releasing in the same theater. The same year. I want Odyssey in its own year because I think Nolan's movie. Guys, if Nolan pulls off this shit,
I mean, let's be honest. He will. Those are going to be the two juggernauts battling out for the Oscar.
I love Scorsese. I think he's awesome. I like Tarantino. Again, I like his movies. I think he's an awesome director. If Nolan pulls this shit off, he's the greatest director of this generation. And I don't even think it's close. Honestly.
Nolan is my all-time favorite director, and I know that makes me basic. And I don't know if I want to say that he's the greatest because I also recognize that other directors have like 5 decades of work to compete with. We just finished Spielberg. I mean, Spielberg can do all sorts of different
generation.
When you look at movies, it's art. At the very bottom line, it is art. Everybody's allowed to have their opinion. Everybody's allowed to have their favorites and least favorites.
You're not, but
Spielberg. Now we just did the whole Spielberg dive. Spielberg is elite.
I think Spielberg is probably the most diverse of all.
And he can do anything. He's like the Beatles. He can literally.
But like he did the musical just to prove like, oh, I haven't done this, but that doesn't mean I can't do it.
So in my personal,
I can do a musical too.
In my personal opinion, I think directors have their own kind of unique twists on how they do movies. Tarantino, I think, is very good at doing unique storytelling. Where they kind of do the back and forth storytelling. He likes to do that multiple point of views, different
his character development,
kind of back and forths from past to present throughout the movie.
His character development, his writing is very, very. I mean,
whereas Tarantino is very good at giving those big cinematograph.
Oh, Nolan.
I don't know what fuck word is cinematographic. Just really good visuals.
Yeah, cinematography.
Really good at giving those just beautiful shots.
He's got Nolan is
really complex storylines, like definitely with Inception and Tenet. Like you have very complex storylines, but you also have those movies like Dunkirk and Interstellar that just give those really beautiful
Yeah.
just shots, and that's what he's very well known for.
I think Coogler is on a path of being like one of the best like horror scary vibe type movies, and same with Krieger. I think Krieger is also on that path where both of those guys are going to be competing for like, can I actually like do this? I think Jordan Peele is also very talented.
Yes. Very curious to see what he does next.
Mitchell.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is going to be controversial, but I think for Tarantino, I think Inglourious Basterds is his best directed film.
Yes.
I won't argue. I don't agree. I Pulp Fiction and Django
and I
are
think
my...
he knows it. I think he knows it too, which is why he has Brad Pitt's character stare at the camera and go, Yudovich, I think this is my masterpiece. And then the camera cuts, his name comes up, and it's like, give me the fucking Oscar. And they didn't do it, but...
And they didn't do it. They gave it the Hurt Locker. But Pulp Fiction and Django are my personal Tarantino favorites. But, I mean, Inglourious Basterds is also still an A.
That's where I think...
Or an A+.
Like, Tarantino's good at the storytelling, because you look at Reservoir Dogs, you look at...
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
God, which by the way,
not even that.
Is that sequel actually taking off, or like
Reservoir Dogs? You have was it Hateful Eight?
Yeah, Hateful Eight's a good one.
That's a good one.
You have these two movies where it's just pretty much one set locations with a few offsets, but you have a bunch of characters, just straight dialogue throughout the entire movie. That's where Tarantino thrives. Pulp Fiction was kind of that unique blend where he's got a lot of multiple sets, but he's got a bunch of characters, a lot of great dialogue, cool shots. But Tarantino really thrives when it comes to just dialogue. And Inglourious Basterds was kind of that unique blend of cinematography, good dialogue, good character development, really interesting plot, and everything kind of blended together. So I think Inglourious Basterds was his best works. Kill Bill were kind of mid, in my opinion, but I think that was a good action movie. But Inglourious Basterds was definitely his best work.
Are we ready for the draft?
I'm ready for the draft.
We've gotten this far without doing the draft.
I've completely forgot about the draft, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So, 10 movies. Let's start with. Do you want to start with the good or indifferent, or do you want to start with the bad?
The good, the
All
bad,
right,
and the ugly.
re-explain this draft for me and what the purpose of it is for.
All right. I'm gonna take the first pick because I came up with the draft. Therefore, I get the first pick.
Okay.
What are the rules? What are we looking for?
What's the concept? Right. What's the concept?
So you pick a movie.
Okay.
That's the rules.
Okay.
But for the first draft, it's you pick a movie that you just either would love to eventually. Like this is for like either after or in between the franchise stuff that we do.
Okay.
Because we had that franchise draft.
So future coverage is what you're referring to.
Yes. A movie that you're either really interested to talk about, or you're like, I haven't seen that, and it bugs me that I haven't seen that.
Okay.
I want to like put it on the list so it like forces me to see it.
To watch it. Yeah.
And then for worst movies, it's kind of just either this is a really bad movie that I need to rant about, or this is a movie I've been told is very bad. I haven't seen it. I'm curious to see just how bad it is.
Okay.
So, I feel like it's pretty straightforward in that regard. Alrighty, give me just 1 second here as I pull up my little sheet that's got. There we go. Cool. By the way, when we did this the last time, Tommy, your picks were Star Wars, Pirates of the Caribbean, and DC movies. Brandon, your picks were Terminator, top sports movies, and movies starting with the word American.
American made.
American Made, American Pie, American Gangster, American Sniper, all that stuff. American Ultra. And my picks were Marvel movies, Pixar movies, and movies starring Jim Carrey. So, as I have the first pick in the draft.
You can say it.
Brandon's going to have the second pick, and then Tommy is going to have.
I already got mine lined up.
All right. So for my first overall pick in this draft, I am going to select, for some fucking reason I don't know why, The Fifth Element.
Could be worse.
I've never seen it. I've always been curious about it. The Fifth Element.
Fair enough.
Real quick, are you writing this down or are we just
Notepad, bitch.
perfect?
All right, great. I'll go ahead and make this second pick easy because Mitchell just told me I need to watch this movie. I'm interested to see how great Daniel Day-Lewis is. There Will Be Blood.
All right.
Mine is
Tommy, you get the next two.
next two. Oh,
Yeah, a
shit.
little snake.
Actually, you know what? I want to take that right away from you. You know, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, take it. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna keep it. So first one is The Pianist because that's one I still have not seen.
Thank you for
And
putting
that's
Adrian Brody on.
I
there.
feel like that's an Adrian Brody like. I feel like that's what put him on the map of stardom.
No, Angels in the Outfield put him on the map.
Okay.
Stop it, Skill.
That's one I have not seen. I
As
know
a
it's
utility infielder.
I know it's on IMDb top 250, so I'm gonna go with Pianist. And to second, kind of what we were talking about earlier, I'm gonna go Parasite for my number 2 pick because I
God,
still have
good
not seen
movie.
that either, and that's
Okay.
another
Good pick.
well-known movie,
Good pick.
more recent than Pianist, but another big one that I still have not seen.
Good pick.
Thank you.
I don't consider this a top sports movie, so I'm gonna go ahead and include it. I just saw it the other day and put it in my Hall of Fame. I just want to watch it again, and
You
I want
don't consider Cool Runnings a top? No, that counts in your top
in
sports
my
movies.
in my opinion, it's a top sports movie. I don't think most people would consider it that.
Okay.
But okay.
What do we got?
So, do we consider Blue Chips a top sports movie?
What?
No.
Blue Chips.
I don't even know what that is. I've never heard of that.
It has Shaq
No.
in it.
Then fuck
If
no.
it's got Shaq,
No.
let's do it.
Well,
Yes.
Then
he's playing.
no,
he's
it's not a
playing-
top sports
He's
movie.
playing an actual basketball player in
Yes.
the movie.
If Shaq is in it, that's all we need to know.
Okay, Blue Chips is my
do it.
Blue Chips
Blue
is my
Chips.
pick. Blue Chips is my pick.
All right.
We can do basketball movies. I mean, you've got like Love and Basketball,
Air Bud, baby.
For the
Air
Love
Bud.
of the Game, Air Bud. Like we could just do Hoosiers. I can't believe I said basketball and didn't mention
No,
Hoosiers.
Semi-pro. That's
Yeah,
what-
semi-pro is another one. Okay, you know what? That's gonna be my next pick. But
Well,
I'll let
it's
Mitchell
not
pick
your
first.
turn to
I'll let
pick.
Mitchell pick first.
It's my
Blue
turn.
Chips. Blue Chips is my next one.
Well, it's not your turn, Brandon. All right.
Okay.
For my second pick, I'm going to go with District 9.
I have not seen that either.
An interesting alien movie. And then for my third pick, let's see. I think for my third pick, yes, that's what we're going to do. Have any of you guys ever seen the movie? Now I'm going back and forth.
You still have more picks.
I know I have more picks, but
I've got my next 2 lined up.
I was spending so much time listening to you guys and your awesome opinions that I wasn't really thinking about what my next pick was going to be.
You
I just thought that it would.
You gotta tame that Moscato, man.
Yeah, it's not coming my way, man.
I've already seen a lot of these movies.
That's the thing. I'm trying to pick something that you guys maybe haven't seen, but maybe I'm prioritizing that a little bit too much.
I mean, we can do.
Mitchell, go with your heart.
Go with your heart.
Okay, well, my heart.
The Alien
Unfortunate-
franchise is not a bad idea. I know we're not supposed to.
No, but we're actually going to be doing the Alien franchise pretty soon,
Okay.
so that is coming up.
Okay.
I'm actually going to go with the movie they call Kingsman: The Secret Service.
Oh, good call.
Ooh,
I mean, we might as
that
well just do the whole series at that point.
So, Brandon,
Can I pick a franchise, quote unquote?
you
try
gotta
not
go
to.
one movie.
I
one
really,
movie.
yeah. Try not to.
Okay.
You,
But-
you can
but-
pick a movie. All right, hold on. You can
If
pick a
it
movie
was
of a
Die Hard,
franchise.
you wouldn't have hated it.
No, that's a good movie. That's a
No,
standalone.
but I'm saying like a franchise. Like you wouldn't have hated Die Hard.
You can pick a singular movie, and we can always revisit that as a
Okay.
franchise later on.
Well,
With that.
I'm gonna be very like IMDb top 250 here, and I'm gonna pick Heat. I've never seen Heat.
I have not either.
That's a good one. Yeah,
Let's
I'm
do
with
it.
you on that. Heat. Tommy, you get the next two.
Okay. We're gonna go with the Martin Scorsese classic that I have not seen. I've always wanted to see. We're gonna go with The Departed.
Oh,
Ooh, okay.
really? We should watch those back to back. I mean, holy fuck.
That actually
All
might be a good
And
twofer.
what's your next one?
My next one is a very old school classic that I feel like it's a very well known piece of cinematic history, and we're gonna go Casablanca.
Oh, that was gonna be on my
Okay.
good.
I
That was on
have
my
not-
list.
I have not seen that, and that's like I feel like that's like the most referred movie in history. Like everybody always refers to Casablanca.
Mm-hmm.
Never seen it.
Okay.
Okay. Brandon.
Yeah, let's stay in the IMDb top 250 here. No Country for Old Men. I've never seen it.
Okay.
That's
Ooh.
a good movie.
That's a good one because you have There Will Be Blood and No Country for Old Men, and those two went head to head at the 2007 Oscars.
I think we should just have
So
them go head to head in the same.
That's a good one.
in the same episode.
All right, so I've got the next two. I'm going to go with Chinatown.
Oh, I just got it off of got it for $5 at Barnes and Noble. Like
Cool,
like 3
awesome.
months ago.
Yeah,
like 3 months
I've been
ago.
meaning to watch that.
I've been meaning to watch it too. So thank you for putting it on the list.
I am also. Because I just want to talk about this movie because it is just such a quotable movie. It is a fun movie,
If you say Dead Poet
And-
Society.
and we've already got a Scorsese movie on here, so we're going Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Ooh,
I mean that's
okay.
fine.
I've seen bits and pieces. I haven't seen that one all the way through yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Now we have to talk about Wolf of Wall Street. All right, Brandon.
I think I'm gonna avoid that one for now. I just wanna double check before I do this. I think I'm doing it because I've never seen it and I've heard really good things. In the Name of the Father.
Okay. Daniel Day-Lewis.
I honestly have never even heard of that.
Yeah,
Daniel Day-Lewis. All right, Tommy.
I
You
just
got the
know it's
next
Daniel
two.
Day-Lewis
Ooh.
move.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm heavily relying on the IMDb top. Top.
Oh,
250.
I think we both are at this point.
That was originally our guiding line for these reviews until someone was like,
That-
"Hey, I don't want to pay $2 for movies anymore." So
That is true. All right, so, oh boy, let's do Good Will Hunting.
ooh, that's a good one.
That actually might be one of my favorite movies of all
once. It was a
time.
very long time ago.
I can't
and
wait
thought-
to watch it.
I
It's
need
going
to
to be in my
revisit
Hall of
that.
Fame. I'm calling it now. That movie's in my Hall of Fame.
And as a fellow Scotsman, I'm going to go with Braveheart because that is a.
I love that
It's
you
a
took
classic.
that because I was actually going to take that.
Yes. Glad we're
So-
on the same page.
Call. I like that both Terminator and Terminator 2 are on the IMDb 250.
I mean, are we surprised?
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, no.
But
Especially with Terminator 2.
oh, sorry, it's me.
Yes, you're up. Sorry.
No,
Did
you're
you
good.
Forget?
You're good. I just I'm honestly trying to find things that like I either want to rewatch or like haven't watched in a while or have never seen. Raging
going
Bull.
all 17.
Raging Bull is one.
Okay, we're on a Scorsese kick.
Yeah, that's another
There's
nothing wrong with
Scorsese.
that.
So
All right. As the owner of the next two picks,
you can say $1 Million Baby. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm not going to. A great movie, but I'm not going $1 Million Baby. I'm going to take a movie that was discussed previously because I need to talk about it. I'm going to take La La Land. That is
Okay.
that
That's
is
fine.
going to be
It
on
forces
here.
me. It
I
forces
actually
me
have
to.
not seen it either, so
It forces
you
me
need
to
to.
plant my flag on La La Land as to whether I actually like it as much as Mitchell does. I don't think I do, but we'll see.
I don't think I like you anymore.
Fair enough.
And then we are going to go. This is a movie that we were going to talk about very soon, and I was looking forward to talking about it. And now we're not going to talk about it because we kind of switched things up.
Not
But-
to do it anyway. Do it.
We're talking.
What you
We're gonna violate a rule. We're gonna violate one of the rules. We're talking about Fight Club.
Yes.
Okay, nice.
Is the rule that we don't talk about Fight Club?
Didn't we
Yes.
review that? Did we not review that movie at some point?
No, we did not review Fight Club. We
We-
reviewed American Beauty, which
We
won Best
definitely-
Picture the year Fight Club came out.
We
reviewed
very
we
different
reviewed
movie.
Fight Club with you, I think.
No, we've never. I haven't seen Fight Club in like 12 years.
I definitely watched it at some point, and we
well,
talked
now
about
me.
it. Yeah, we talked about it at some point.
All right, Brandon, you're
Um,
up.
I'm gonna. I kind of want to tandem do this one, but I've heard, I have someone that kind of trusts the movie opinions, not Mitchell. In my life on Twitter and stuff like that, they've told me this is a great movie. Mitchell's
Not
told
Sean
me.
Fantasy.
Mitchell's told me this is a great movie. No, it's not Sean Fantasy.
God.
Rush.
Oh, that was gonna be one that I took later.
I
Ooh,
haven't
good
seen it
pick.
either.
Well, if you want to take it, I'll take Ford v.
Nope,
Ferrari.
you've already taken it.
You've already picked. You can't take it back.
Nope, Tommy, you got the next two.
All right. Brace yourselves.
I'm
We
braced.
Say, remember the bad stuff is coming. We're not there
No,
yet.
we're still on good. We're still on good. 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Okay.
Yeah,
A
I haven't
Stanley
seen it.
Kubrick
So
classic that I have not seen.
yeah, good one.
And another historic
Kind of on the lines of Braveheart, but we're gonna go Lawrence of Arabia. I feel like that's
Okay.
another big
Okay.
historic movie that a
An
lot
epic.
of people reference. An
Yeah.
epic that just, I have not watched, and always
right.
have wanted to watch.
Cool. Brandon.
Just wanna make sure. I'm gonna go up to the top of IMDb top 250 because I think I have one. I want to venture into animated.
Please do. What do you got?
Wall-E. I've never seen it.
Okay.
Okay, that's a good one.
That is a good one. And it's funny because I was wondering if you were going to do the same thing that I was going to do because I was like, I think that I want to venture into animated as well.
We'll do animated as well.
And
Oh, I've got one for it.
similar-ish. Ooh, now I...
Dude, old Disney animated. I dare you. Like, pick an old Disney movie.
I
Well,
have a
'cause we're kind of
non-Disney
going down
animated,
that
but I'm
route. This isn't Disney animated, but it is one that I would really like to talk about. We're putting the Iron Giant in this motherfucker.
Yes,
Okay. Yeah, that's a good one.
that's what I had in mind.
See, I thought you were
Yeah.
going Brave Little Toaster or Iron Giant. So that's fine.
And then for my ninth pick, we're gonna go with a. We gave Tom Cruise a lot of love. We're going to go with a movie by the name of Magnolia. Tom Cruise and Paul Thomas Anderson, who Brandon's first pick was a Paul Thomas Anderson movie. So, well, Magnolia, back-to-back 1999
I
movies.
feel like I need
Very
I,
historic year for movies.
I need to give PTA a chance because I was so out on Phantom Thread.
I was
but-
so out on Phantom Thread, but I wasn't the biggest fan of The Master, but I love There Will Be Blood. I love One Battle After Another. I feel like there are movies of his that I will really like. It just wasn't Phantom Thread or Licorice Pizza.
Yeah, that's another one. I thought Licorice Pizza was very mid.
I think that over time people have kind of cooled on Licorice Pizza, which thank God, because I was
People were telling us it was like the top 10
the
movie
best
of the year,
movie of
and
the
I was like,
decade, and I'm
what
like,
are
you
we-
were on crack, and I'm drunk right now saying that. Tommy,
is
you get the
this-
next two. Your last two picks, Tommy.
My
Make them
last
count.
two?
Wait,
Make them count.
is it his last two?
Shit.
Do we want to do like 15 each?
No, you
Like,
just
No,
picked-
no. We'll stick
no.
with them. We'll stick
You
with
just picked. Would it not be my pick?
them. Okay.
So I'm gonna continue.
no,
on
Brandon, you are next. My apologies.
Yeah. I
Brandon,
was like, was it not mine? I'm gonna stay on animated though, since he took Iron Giant. I want to go back to like Disney animation.
Okay.
I want to watch Robin Hood.
okay.
Ooh, I like that one.
All right.
I'm
If
going
you pick
to
Jungle Book, I wouldn't be upset.
No. I'm going to stick with animated. It was kind of on the lines with Iron Robot, but it was a very new movie, The Wild Robot, that came out last year.
Okay.
That
I've
one,
only seen
I
that movie like
I
twice.
have
So
seen
good.
one. I have
So
seen
good.
it, but it's a very good one. I feel like it's worth talking about.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
good movie.
As for
And for
my
your final
next
pick.
pick,
We're gonna go with a Robin Williams classic, and we're gonna go Dead Poets Society.
No, that's a good.
Okay. You got both of those. You got Good Will Hunting. You've got Dead Poets Society.
Yep. We need to
All
talk
right.
about Robin Williams in these dark, trying times.
We do.
That's fair.
He's the beacon
That's-
of light.
All right,
Alright,
so
Brandon.
I went Robin Hood and what was the other? Wally was the other animated. I think I'm gonna go back to the overall well. That Metropolis is up here. That's I don't want to watch a 27 movie. Sorry, this is.
This is your final pick, man. It's
I
big
know. Okay. I didn't watch this yet. Pretty sure I have it on like DVD, Blu-ray. Just haven't got to it. I want to do Shutter Island.
Okay.
Yes. That's a fun one.
Even though I'm pretty
That's
sure I've had the
interesting.
ending spoiled for me, but whatever.
Ooh, which one of these do I want to go with? Oh, I have one pick. I have one. Which one? Which one do I take? I have one pick. I don't know if I mentioned that. Do I want to go? I think I know where I'm going with this because I don't think any of you have seen this movie.
Okay. What do you got?
Although maybe I'm wrong. Can I reserve the right to change my pick
Yes.
if you guys have seen this, okay?
Yes.
And I already have in mind what I would be changing it to, so it's fair,
Yes.
okay? Have any of you seen Looper?
I've seen the show.
Probably the first 10 minutes of it, but no. I
There
don't
is
remember.
there
it.
is no show. There is no show.
I
It's not
just
a show.
the only parts of Looper that I remember is that Joseph Gordon-Levitt is in it and Bruce Willis is in it. That's all I remember. And it involves time travel.
And Brandon, you haven't seen it?
I guess
Cool, we're
not.
watching
I've definitely seen. I've seen something that's similar. Now I'm confused.
All right. So,
Is there like a drug involved?
I don't know.
not really.
If you have to ask questions, Brandon,
No,
you don't
you
know.
Probably
seen
haven't
it.
seen it. Probably haven't
No.
seen it.
All right.
That's okay.
So, my top 10, we got The Fifth Element, District 9, Kingsman: The Secret Service, Chinatown, The Wolf of Wall Street, La La Land, Fight Club, The Iron Giant, Magnolia, and Looper. Brandon has There Will Be Blood, Blue Chips, Heat, No Country for Old Men, In the Name of the Father, Raging Bull, Rush, Wall-E, the Disney Robin Hood, Shutter Island, and Tommy has The Pianist, Parasite, The Departed, Casablanca, Good Will Hunting, Braveheart, 2001: A Space Odyssey, Lawrence of Arabia, The Wild Robot, and Dead Poets Society.
What a solid lineup.
All right, so now I will give Brandon, I will give you the first overall pick in the shit draft. Tommy, you can get the second pick, and I will have the final pick in this. So, Brandon, if you want to start us off with the shit draft.
I already got my first and second pick well lined up.
All right.
Does this count because it's such a good bad movie? I almost want
If
to
you
do
have to
we
say
don't
it's good.
we
If
we
you say
don't
it's good, it's not a bad movie.
we don't all have to agree, but
I want to watch it for like the nostalgia of watching it before The Disaster Artist. I want to watch The Room.
okay, that's a good one. That Brandon, yes, that fucking counts. It's The Room. Yes,
But it's so
that
good, I
counts.
could argue that it's not an F.
No,
Like, it's
I don't
so
think you
funny,
can.
I could
I
argue
don't.
it's
I
not
don't
an F.
think you can.
Okay, fair enough. It's a
Tommy?
bad movie. It's a bad movie.
All right, Brandon, get ready for the rage bait.
I need
We are
this.
going to watch probably one of the worst movies of 2011. Mitchell, can you guess that movie?
Are you gonna fucking make me watch Jack and Jill again?
Yes, I am, motherfucker.
Got him. Got him.
I told you the rage bait was coming. Yep, he's walking away.
Got him. We were actually.
I knew that was going to piss him off.
We should have done the other Adam Sandler movie where he like grows up and very inappropriate things with his teacher. I don't think that's the same.
Well,
movie.
you have plenty of other picks. So,
That's just the peak of the mountain, sir.
Which Adam Sandler movie do you think is like the worst?
Jack and Jill.
Jack and Jill.
Is it Jack and Jill? in a Silent Club?
Without a doubt, that is the worst
Jack
movie
and
that's ever
Jill.
come out.
Jack and Jill. My
Mitchell,
number one.
hold on. What Adam Sandler?
There's not even a competition for the worst place for Adam Sandler.
Is it That's My Boy? What Adam Sandler movie is
That's
it?
My
Where-
Boy is the one that you were talking about. I've
Okay,
never
okay.
seen that one, so I don't know.
Okay,
I'm going to
It's
do.
equally as dumb, but Jack and Jill just takes
Jack
the
and
cake.
Jill is
That
the
by far
worst. Okay, that's fine.
With my first overall pick and my second overall pick, I got to do a 1-2 punch of stupid that hit us about 6 years ago. Okay, are you ready for this?
All right.
Universal had no regard for humanity with what they did in December 2019 and January 2020. They gave us Cats and then they gave us Doolittle.
Oh God!
And we
I've
are going
seen
to watch.
both of those, and
You're an awful
turned them off.
person. You know that? I give you like The Room, and you give me Cats and do. What is wrong with you?
Those are both movies that I turned off probably 10 minutes in. I was like, yeah, no, this.
Well,
this
you gotta
definitely
watch them now.
not live.
Well, you picked fucking Jack and Jill, so I have no sympathy for you at all.
I
What's
just
your
knew
next
that would
pick?
piss you off.
What's
That's
your
why I
next
picked
pick, asshole?
We're gonna go with a Brandon 2 favorite, and we're gonna go Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Oh,
Well, we've got to round out the cinematic universe by going Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2.
Oh,
Are you actually picking that?
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
If we're gonna
Oh,
watch
I
Winnie the
haven't
Pooh,
seen that, but I've heard it's actually like not half bad.
if we're gonna watch Blood and Honey, we're gonna watch 2.
All right,
Oh my
let's do
God.
it.
All right. So what's your next pick?
You
get two.
can pick like the other ones too, like Steamboat Willie and the Peter Pan.
There are so many now. It's
Okay,
insane.
I'm going to say like no, like fucking like Human Centipede or some shit like I'm gonna go and, like,
no.
veto
Human
that shit.
Centipede is off the table. We will
No.
not.
No, I wasn't trying to be that person.
But okay, what's your next pick? You get two. Remember?
Yeah, I obviously try to like block out bad movies, but then I watch them.
Oh, why is this so bad?
Worst. Like, is Google going to help me out here if I'm like worst bad movies of all time or something? Like I'm trying not to give y'all something from like 2023 that was like literally the worst movie ever made.
No, let's try to avoid the smart fridge movies.
Yeah,
let's
avoid
try to
smart.
like
I'm trying
stuff
to.
people know.
Okay. I think you both need to watch this movie just for how absurd it is. I'm
no.
going with Inside, the William Dafoe movie.
No one's heard of that, Brandon.
I've not even heard of it.
You've heard of it.
Let's pick it. Let's pick a different one.
William Dafoe is
it's
locked
too
in
late.
an
He's locked
apartment.
in.
What do you mean? You can probably find it
You
on
can't
streaming.
sway his decision.
Type it
Mitchell.
in. Type it
It's
in
locked
Google.
in.
Are
Use
you really gonna
Google.
make me fucking
Use
watch
Google one
this?
time. Use Google one time.
Yeah, Inside I get Bo Burnham, and that movie's great.
No,
Get your
inside
fucking
William
hands
Defoe.
up.
Type in William
Brandon,
Defoe.
don't fall for peer pressure. Stick with
Yeah,
your pick.
no, we're gonna pick it, but man, fuck you, Tommy. What's your next pick?
You can literally watch
All right.
it on Peacock. You are such
Guys,
a
we are
clown.
gonna watch what should have been the downfall of M. Night Shyamalan's career, and that is The Last Airbender.
Okay,
We already saw it. We
already.
I've
did a
seen it too,
review.
but we're gonna watch it
we
again.
actually already
We're gonna
reviewed
watch it again so we can shit on
We
it.
already reviewed it, but yeah, that's fine.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
No,
Um,
yeah, we did. But
What's funny is my next pick was actually going to be a different M. Night Shyamalan movie with The Happening.
Ooh, okay.
And then we are going to go. Remember when Tommy said that if Shaq's in the movie, it's not a classic?
No, don't.
Yeah,
you dare
that's
say it.
absolutely
Shazam.
true. Because we're watching
Don't say it.
fucking Steel.
oh, that's even
God.
better. Fuck,
We're
yeah.
watching Steel, bitch.
That's Shaq's
Touche, sir.
That's
Touche.
Shaq.
that's Shaq's superhero movie.
yeah, that's his
That's his
call out for
Superman.
Shazam. That's his Superman.
Touche,
All right,
sir.
Tommy.
All right, I don't think this should be on the list, but I'm looking at like the worst movies of all time. We're gonna go Zoom. It's a it's a superhero movie
Oh shit!
That movie
with Tim
does.
Allen
suck.
and Courtney Cox. It was that I thought it was a good movie. And Kate Mara. I thought it was kind of a fun movie back when I watched it when I was a kid.
I've never seen it, but I've heard
But
nothing but
apparently it's
awful
got a
things.
5% on Rotten Tomatoes. So
Okay.
we're going Zoom.
Brandon, you have the next two picks. It scares me,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
you do.
Well, could have been worse. Let me just make sure here. I want to give you something really bad.
I think the problem with this is, are we even able to find half these movies?
We can find Inside. So as much as Mitchell was bitching about that movie, it's right there on Peacock.
Oh, I've got one. Oh boy.
Oh, I can think of these in an instant. Like,
No, I'm trying to find ones I haven't seen now, and I've got a doozy.
I'll do it. Let's do disaster movie. Oh my god, I hate myself for saying that.
ooh, that's a good one. You have another pick though.
Oh, I do.
That's a
Oh
good
my
one.
Gosh.
That's that. Ooh, that is a terrible fucking movie, but it's a good pick.
Sorry, this is terrible for like content and stuff, but
Do you want to come back to you?
Yeah. If you have something, go
I've
ahead.
got one lined
If
up.
you have something, go ahead. I was gonna say
Yeah.
Flatliners was my next one.
Then let's take it. Flatliners.
Yeah, Flatliners. Yeah.
Okay.
Which we both saw that in
The
theaters. together,
2017 version, not the
Yeah,
original.
we might have walked out of that movie.
No,
Oh,
we
were very
walked out when it
close
was
to
over, but
Yeah,
we
were
were
very
like,
close.
"Holy shit!" Tommy,
Speed 2, Cruise Control.
All right.
do you want that to be your next pick? I'll put it down for you because I'm not taking it.
I'll wait. You
Okay,
can go ahead and
Tommy.
pick. Yeah, you go ahead.
All right. Set yourselves up for this one.
So this is starring Eddie Murphy, Randy Quaid, and Rosario Dawson.
Pluto
It
Nash.
is yes.
Yes.
How did you know that?
Because
yes.
Randy Quaid is like a decent.
How
actor.
did you
What
know
do you
that?
mean?
No, Randy Quaid.
Have you
no,
seen
Dennis
that?
Quaid is an okay actor. No, I've heard of
Randy
it.
Quaid's
I know.
fine.
Oh, I know all about Pluto Nash, Tommy.
So this is the Adventures of Pluto Nash in 2002. Just reading the synopsis of the movie. It's a action comedy set on the moon in the year
2087.
Yeah, it's bad.
Starring Eddie Murphy as the title character is audacious nightclub owner who finds himself in hot water when he refuses to sell his nightclub to the local mob. The lunar gangsters are helping the mysterious Rex Crater mastermind a plan to take over the moon.
We're fucking watching this shit. This sounds
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
awesome.
All right. We are going to, for my number 5 overall pick, Battlefield Earth.
Okay.
None of you know what that is?
I'm trying to think. I've heard of it.
John
Who-
Travolta, 2000.
Yes. Okay. Yep. That's what I'm
Widely
saying.
considered to be one of the worst movies ever made.
Yep.
Um,
And then for my 6th pick, I don't think you're going to be happy with this, Tommy.
That's fine. What do you got? Lay it on me.
Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen.
you
I'll
terrible
accept it.
person.
Let's do it.
All right, I'm gonna
That's
do
where
the
we're going.
fog. I'm gonna do the fog.
What's also not your pick.
Oh well.
It's Tommy's pick.
How is it Tommy's pick again? What?
Because that's how it works when there's only
Because
three people picking
yeah,
Brandon.
you had 2 picks, then Tommy has a pick, then I had 2 picks, and then Tommy, and then you'll have 2
Okay,
picks.
go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, we're gonna go to one of the comedy farces of the early 2000s, and we're gonna go epic movie.
Oh,
On my
that's
list.
like that's very similar to a disaster movie. I think it's the same
Yep.
guys. All right, Brandon, what's your next two?
Okay,
yeah,
I'm doing the fog, and I'm doing
The
Speed,
2005 version, right? Speed 2.
2000. Yeah, 2005, the fog, and then Speed 2, Cruise Control. Which how do you make a sequel about a movie where the bus can't go under certain?
You make
I'm
it where the
interested.
boat can't.
Yeah, I'm interested in the sequel to this. Which, by the way, Speed is a good movie.
Speed is a fantastic movie.
Yeah,
All right.
good plot too. Like if the bus doesn't go under whatever the mileage is, blows
Mhm.
up. Good plot.
Tommy, you got the next pick.
Wish I had thought of that.
All right, so we're gonna go a little more modern with this one, and we're gonna dive into the MC or Marvel universe. We're gonna go Madam Web.
Oh,
'Cause that is a
hate you so
dumpster
much.
fire that needs to be examined.
okay. That's a good pick.
Thank you.
Let's see here. Y'all are gonna hate me when I say this. This is gonna bring up bad memories.
More than Jack and Jill.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna wait for Brandon to get back in the room to say this one because this is a bad one. And this is a bad one that like you've seen.
Have I seen it?
Maybe you haven't. Maybe you've what? Damn, Brandon really just said, "Fuck y'all, I'm out."
Where did you go?
No warning, no nothing. He just said, "Yeah, I'm done. Bye." Ooh. Yeah, I think that I'm gonna have
There
to
he
go with
is.
that one.
Sorry,
Oh,
I mean
happy-
we've been
Glad
on
we
for
can
so
fit
long.
you into our.
Well, we've been on for so long. I had to use the bathroom. I mean,
Oh yeah, of course. Pistons important. Almost as important as watching
what?
The Cat in the Hat.
Oh, that's
fuck you.
no.
Yeah.
What Mitchell doesn't know is that I sneaky like that movie. So
Okay.
fuck Mitchell.
Is that a guilty
character
pleasure of
flaw.
yours?
Yeah, it's a guilty pleasure movie. I understand
Okay.
how bad it is. It's going to be like a D- movie, but I still think it's kind of funny.
Hey, that's all right.
No, it's not. That is a character
it is.
flaw.
Hey, people are allowed to like.
That's
certain
like
things.
saying The Grinch is bad.
The Jim Carrey movie.
Yeah,
Don't you dare show me.
I do think
they're,
The Grinch
I think
is
they're
bad.
like similar
Oh,
levels of like hilarity.
That's
Alright.
fair.
Next pick.
I think that we have to go. I do have this next pick, right? This one is mine. Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
I had the
I
Cat
don't
in the
know.
Hat.
I haven't been keeping track.
I have been. I just couldn't remember whether my last pick was Cat in the Hat. Yeah, Transformers 2 was a minute ago. We're gonna go Cat in the Hat and Norbit.
Norbit,
Mm.
you're a terrible person for doing that.
I am a terrible person for that, to be honest. That's really bad.
All right, we're gonna go with another Adam Sandler flick, and we're gonna go with the Ridiculous Six.
Oh, I thought you were gonna
Okay.
say that's my boy.
I thought
No.
you were gonna say another one that I might take, but I'll keep that close to the chest.
That is another 0% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Ooh, that's bad. Brandon, you got the next two.
Yeah, can I go like really down the?
Dude, you do whatever you want, man.
Well, no, you can't. No,
True.
As long as it's not a smart
Can't-
fridge.
Can't do anything I want. Daddy Day Camp.
Ooh, I have heard bad things about that. And the next one?
Now that's not. Is
Daddy
that the
Day
same
Ca-
cast as
Daddy
Daddy
Day
Daycare or
Camp.
different cast?
No,
Yeah,
that's
Daddy
like
Day
Cuba
Camp.
Gooding Jr.
Oh,
Not
okay.
the
Yeah.
same. Not the same.
Yeah. No, Eddie Murphy said, "Excuse me, I can't possibly return for that. I'm making Norbit. I'm making quality cinema like Norbit."
Terrible.
I've
terrible choice.
heard ridiculous things about this movie, and I'm not sure if I want us to watch it. But I
What is
think I'm going for it. Killing Me Softly.
I've heard of that.
Fuck is
Why-
that?
I've heard of that. Why have I heard of that?
What
Uh,
what? Pick movies people have heard of, please. Killing Me Softly. I don't know what that is.
I don't know how to say this director's name, but give me a sec.
Oh, now we're picking people. Killing Me.
Hold on. Google time.
This is just a porno.
That's why I was.
It's by a man named Cage. Now pick a different movie.
Okay, that's why I was hesitant to even say it.
If you're gonna go with like an erotic something, you got to go with like the 50 Shades of Grey franchise.
Yeah, true. That is true. That is bad. I wasn't even trying. I wasn't even like thinking about that. I just heard. I
Well,
was
hey,
reading this
hold on.
list and they said the
Hold on.
dialogue was terrible.
Let's
so I
take
kind of
a
wanted.
step back here. It does star Joseph Fiennes, who is the brother of Ralph Fiennes. So maybe
Yeah, I don't think.
maybe
It's,
there's some potential.
I don't think
Fine.
it's as bad as Mitchell is like saying it. I mean, it
Well,
probably.
I bet the movie's ass.
It
but
probably is like softcore porn, but
this man wants to watch.
Dude,
all right.
Hold on. The synopsis is: a woman becomes increasingly suspicious of her controlling husband after learning the fates of the women in his past. This is gonna be like a dark porno. All right, let's do it.
I think we can do it. I mean, I don't
Alright.
think it's gonna be bad.
For watching porn.
I'm
man.
almost here. I'm almost here for the dialogue. I'm not here for everything else. But
All right, Tommy,
I have
you
a
got the
set.
next pick.
Oh, okay. That was okay.
Why?
Because I did have another one. If you didn't want to do that.
Well, you got one more pick coming up.
Okay.
Is this my last pick?
No, you have one more after that.
Okay, good. All right. So this is a Jim Carrey dark movie. Apparently, that
We've already got Jim Carrey. Remember, we've got the Jim Carrey.
What?
We're
I
doing,
picked
like,
Jim Carrey movies. I picked Jim Carrey movies, so don't pick that because we'll be. You're talking about the Cable Guy?
No, I was talking about Dark Crimes. 2016.
We are not covering that. So if you want,
Yeah,
hey,
we're
if you-
picking that.
Sure.
Dark Crimes, Jim Carrey.
I've heard it's really bad.
Well, it's a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. So
Yeah. All right.
Let's do
Last two. Let's do this. We are going to go. Do I really hate myself and you guys that much?
yes.
If you say Blue Lagoon or Return to Blue Lagoon.
What the fuck is Blue Lagoon? No, I wasn't. Man, if you fucking say Blue Lagoon, I wasn't going
Sorry,
to.
Return to Blue Lagoon.
Still
Oh,
don't know what
that's-
you're talking about.
I don't know Blue Lagoon enough to return to it.
Wait,
Great. Don't ever return.
fucking say-
hold on,
Don't ever return.
on.
Good.
Brandon, are you?
I'm on the
looking
same
at-
article you're on. I'm just.
Are you on the Rotten Tomatoes 100 worst
Yes.
movies of all time?
How else am I
Okay.
gonna find these fucking worst movies of all
Because
time?
I just scrolled past. that.
Tommy,
movie,
I
I'm like,
want.
He's
I want.
definitely looking at this.
Tommy, I want the worst movies possible. I want zeros.
Don't look for zeros. Just look for fun, like 14s or
I
something.
gave you fun movies. Inside is like a 50 on Rotten
and you
Tomatoes.
shit on them.
And you told me we can't watch that movie because no one's ever heard of it. That's bullshit. Because there was a theatrical trailer for it for about 3 weeks. So just because you don't go to the movies doesn't mean anyone else does it.
Well, hey, you know that AMC and Regal play completely different things. So
That's fair. No, fair.
There are movies that I don't hear about that AMC's showing you on the reg. It's a different world out here, Brandon. Let's see. With my 9th overall pick, we're gonna fuck y'all. I'm gonna take Pixels, which is a really shitty Adam Sandler movie.
I don't think this is considered a worst movie of all time. I think it's considered a bad premise that turned out to be a fantastic movie, and I think it should count towards this draft.
It's also not your pick.
Sorry, my fault.
I have a pick, and then Tommy has a pick, and then you have the last two.
We're at that point in the night, so go ahead.
My last pick.
Make it count.
We're going with movie 43.
Oh my god! Again, not like an awful movie. Definitely bad.
Tommy,
could be worse.
Final pick of the night.
I can't wait for Tommy to experience the ball chins. That is such a funny scene.
It's really not.
I didn't think it's funny. It's probably the only funny thing in the entire movie. But
it's the closest thing to comedy we get.
Right? Yeah. That's what I was
that
more
and
saying.
Terrence Howard going over again. How many fucking times do I have to tell you you're black? That's the only funny part of the movie. They just do it over and over and over and over.
Such a bad movie. Such a bad movie.
All right, kids, strap in.
I've been in the seat the whole time.
I don't like
this
that.
is a movie I've never heard of, and it just looks so batshit wild.
I need it.
We're gonna go with Texas Rangers 2001.
Yeah, please. It's from the same list I'm looking at. So let's do it.
It is starring 2 actors I don't know, but also Usher and Ashton Kutcher. It's a Western movie. Hold on, let me get the synopsis for this shit. Texas, 1875, in a land without justice, where chaos reigns. One legendary man.
Why did I pick this? I should have known better than to do this. I hate myself.
I'm gonna go.
One legendary man is chosen to lead a group of unlikely heroes. These young men, outmanned and outgunned, must battle an army of renegade outlaws led by the ruthless John King Fisher. Alfred Molina, motherfuckers.
Don't drag him into this.
Sworn to protect the innocent and the women they love, the Rangers risk their lives to put the wrong things right in their beloved homeland. We are watching this shit. It sounds fucking awesome.
Hear me out. This is a spin-off of Cowboys versus Aliens.
No, it's not.
I hope so.
Dude, it's got... All right, hold on. This is a fucking wild...
Because that would have been a bad pick, too.
This
Cowboys
is
versus
a
Aliens.
wild cast. Hold on. I don't know who he's got. James Vanderbeek and Dylan McDermott are like the main characters.
You just call him Jams? Not James, but Jams.
He called him James.
Oh, I thought he said Jams.
He called him James.
No. All right, so we got Usher, Ashton Kutcher, Robert Patrick in the same fucking movie as Alfred Molina. There's a whole bunch of other people. But those are like the main names I'm seeing.
I have 2, right? I have 2 to wrap up.
Yes, you have 2 picks left. I'm terrified, but you have 2 picks.
Holy shit.
As I was saying earlier, I think this movie is actually like decently funny because of the concept, but the movie is bad and is a 40% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it's a well-deserved 40%.
A 40%? That's a very
sorry.
high.
You have 1 pick left.
That's high. Well, this is great because this is such a great pick for me. Basketball.
Okay.
What?
I've actually heard that's like a decent movie. But...
Yeah, so if
it.
we end up giving that like a C or C plus or B minus, I'm fine with that.
I feel like you gotta pick something. Okay, I feel like you might have to like.
Okay,
Pick like fucking
My-
Alvin and the Chipmunks.
my next pick was Gotti.
I'm putting Gotti on the list.
Okay, my next pick
I'm putting
was Gotti.
I'm putting Gotti on there.
I do want to watch basketball at some point, if that makes sense.
I've never heard of that.
You've
Who's in
never
it?
heard of
It is something I
basketball?
would like to watch.
Is anyone notable in it?
The combo is these guys literally turn the sport of basketball, like shooting at in your driveway, into like a sport where it's like basically baseball and basketball combined. So you're like shooting for home runs and like doubles and singles and triples.
All right, but is anybody notable in it?
Yeah, I mean, there's. Hold on, I think the two leads are pretty notable.
Just out of curiosity.
It's Trey Parker and Matt Stone.
Oh, the South Park guys.
Interesting. Okay.
Huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's also I think Al Michaels and Bob Costas are in it as like the announcers.
Sure. Why not?
Yeah.
At this point.
Oh, Dan Patrick's
All
in
right.
it. Yeah, Dan Patrick's in it.
Damn,
Pat
Dan Patrick
O'Brien.
Dan Patrick
Del-
would be my living room if I gave him $5. You know.
Dale Earnhardt. Dale Earnhardt, R.I.P. You know.
Dale Earnhardt's in it.
Yeah,
did
Dale
not know
Earnhardt's
that.
in this movie.
Dale Earnhardt or Dale Earnhardt Jr.?
No, Earnhardt, like R.I.P.
Okay.
Well, Dale Earnhardt Jr. is also Earnhardt, but you know.
Three for Dale.
All right. Well, the alcohol is wearing off, so that means it's time to say goodnight.
And get
Y'all
a
have
refund.
y'all have a blessed. No, I need to avoid that. Y'all have a blessed night, or don't. I don't fucking care. I'm just kidding. You do well. Take care of yourselves. Turn this damn recording off. I'm tired of talking to the people.